The gentleman reserves. The gentleman from New Jersey.
Mr. Speaker, I'd like to now yield such time as she may consume to the gentlewoman from Colorado, who is the author of the resolution and also the co-chair of the Diabetes Caucus.
The gentlewoman from Colorado is recognized.
Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker. I want to thank Mr. Pallone, the chairman of my subcommittee, who does such wonderful work on these diabetes issues, and also the gentleman from Nebraska. We've served for many, many years together on the committee. I'm very pleased that we're able to bring this resolution to the floor while it is still, in fact, Diabetes Awareness Month, November, because diabetes is one of the top public health threats in our country today. About 70,000 people are thought to have died from underlying causes of diabetes on an annual basis, with tens of thousands of more deaths related to the disease. The CDC estimates that right now about 81 million Americans either have diabetes or prediabetes, and we know, though, that many more will get it. With better research, we can determine how people lose their lives to this disease, and we can both cure, we hope, find a cure for the disease and also to mitigate the losses. As well as a terrible public health threat in this country, diabetes is also an important economic issue, which is why the Diabetes Caucus works so hard to raise awareness in this body. Diabetes will cost this nation almost $3.4 trillion through 2020, according to a recent study released by the United Health Group. 1 in every $10 in health care in this country is attributed to diabetes and its complications, and diabetes takes up more than 30% of our Medicare dollars. What's more disturbing, Mr. Speaker, is that type 2 diabetes is increasing to epidemic levels, and as previous speakers have mentioned, threatens to take up an even bigger part of our budget in the years to come and to affect millions more Americans. Families like my family see diabetes up close every day. We have been touched just in my family by type 1 diabetes, type 2 diabetes, and gestational diabetes. This is not uncommon in America, as more and more families particularly have experience with type 2 diabetes. Even though diabetes is increasing so dramatically, though, because of the research that we have done at the National Institutes of Health, at the CDC, and in the states, the personal toll of diabetes is becoming more manageable as we discover ways both to prevent type 2 diabetes and to treat and even find cures for type 1 and type 2 diabetes. Advancements in lifestyle intervention, screening, and testing can save money and save even more lives. This year marked the 60th anniversary of the National Institute of Diabetes and Digestive and Kidney Diseases, which is the leading research organization at the NIH dedicated to tackling this devastating disease. And so six decades later, we continue to find different ways to approach this disease and help the millions of families that are affected by it. And so this year, as we support the goals of National Diabetes Month, let's also pass a bill separate from this bill that many of us have co-sponsored to fund the special diabetes program. As with all things, this research must be paid for, but the cost of inaction, both physically and economically, is too high. Diabetes issues have consistently been addressed by this body with interest and passions on both sides of the aisle, and we expect in the 112th Congress that this will continue. The Diabetes Caucus, which several have mentioned, of which I am the co-chair, is in fact the largest caucus in Congress with close to 250 members. And I want to take a moment just now because two of our great leaders in this body on this issue are going to be leaving us at the end of this session. Mike Castle, who has been an extraordinary co-chair of the Diabetes Caucus, is leaving, as well as Zach Space, a beloved member of our committee, who is the vice chairman of the Diabetes Caucus. I invite all members to join this Caucus. And also, if anyone's interested in being a co-chair, let me know, because it is important work that we do. And so, in the spirit of the bipartisan commitment that all of us have made, I think we need to come together and not just talk about how important research is, but actually commit ourselves in the next session of Congress to working together on legislation. We can work together not just on recognizing Diabetes Month, but also working together on the Special Diabetes Program, which will help to save countless American lives and to not leave this critical initiative on the to-do list yet again another year. Thank you so much.